Good morning. Thanks for watching. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. If you're watching, tell me where you're watching from. appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. It does help the algorithm out, and it helps our channel out. Hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. Whoop. Hey Jim, how you doing this morning? Yeah, it's going to be brutal. That's why I'm out here doing these salon shears as early as I could this morning. Because yesterday I almost passed out in here in the afternoon. It was that freaking hot, humid. All right, those are cutting really nice. It is going to be hot all over the mid part of America today, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast. Boy, that didn't feel good. It feels funny. Wow, that's awful early. That's what you want, is garbage trucks at 4 a.m. in front of your house. All right, that feels a little bit better. I don't know, it was a little grit or something in there that I didn't like. All right, so we got one pair of the 4. No, I couldn't imagine at all. That's nice of you. It is brutal, man. I don't know what's going on with YouTube today. Nobody's watching. Donald, thanks for popping in. That looks good. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there, and I appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. It does help the algorithm out, and it helps our business out. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. That's what we're doing this morning, is salon shears. We also sharpen clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. No, it's a pad. It's a polyester pad is what it is, Donald. Polishing pad. Actually, we're going to leave that there for now. Jeff, how's it going this morning? Well, it's going to be hotter than Hades today here in Texas, so I'm trying to get these done this morning. So I got the new AMK 76 set up yesterday. I didn't have any knives to sharpen except one of my own. So I'm looking forward to some knives coming in so I can use the new machine. I think I am too. I think it's, at least I won't have to move it around, and I'll keep my 75 in my truck. I mounted the 75 on a plastic tote that I found at, yeah, I set it up for 1x30 because the belts, the 2x42s are so expensive. They're twice or three times as expensive. So I'm gonna keep it as a 30, 1x30. I had to go to Harbor Freight, get me a foot pedal, a new foot pedal for it. Got it all hooked up. It's going to be a little different than the 75. I'm going to be a little slower on it. It's not as easy to change the angle as the 75 was. But that's fine. I'm not in any hurry most of the time on knives, so that looks good. Yeah, look at Ray Pope at precisionsharpener.com, I think is his website. Just do Ray Pope Sharpening. I think he's in Indiana. He's got some reasonably priced flat hones. Hey, Vinny. Vinny, did you get the flat hone? Is it on its way? All right, let's test these. Good morning, everyone. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already a subscriber, I hope you subscribe to the channel. All right, those are pretty good. Those are cutting good. We'll do our final adjustment here. All right, so we got one more pair to do. One of them, she brought me 4 pair. One of them's cutting really well. I would say, I don't know, every so many pairs. It's hard to say, Vinny. And repair is a odd word. Like these are pulling. They're pulling at the tip. So when I fix these, is that repairing? I mean, I think they just need to be sharpened. So it's hard to say what repairing is, you know what I mean? I mean, you want to get them to cut. And so sometimes that means, you know, doing some extra grinding. Sometimes it's changing the set. None of these 4 are in really bad shape. I think they're just dull. That's all there is to it. You're welcome, Vinny. It's always a pleasure. So here's a case where it's kind of they were kind of pulling right at the tip, and I just think I just need to work that ride line. I need it just a little wider right there at the tip. And so I'm just giving it a little bit of extra pressure at the tip. I think that's good. Now let's examine this and see if we see something. And see, I see a little damage. Y'all can't see that, but there's a little damage right at that tooth right there. And so that's probably what's causing it to catch hair right at that little tip. So we need to work that. And so I see just a little refraction of light on those teeth. So we're going to work it a little bit here on the 1000 grit stone. Vinny, hopefully today I'll come up with that list for you. Pete, that's not the ideal tool for sharpening any kind of scissors. I knew what you meant. The kid onion, yeah. I mean, it's really good for knives, and you can do some garden tools and things like that for it, but that is not any kind of a belt sander of any kind is not the ideal tool for sharpening scissors of any kind, especially not hair salon scissors. Yeah, the Ken Onion is a great machine for sharpening pocket knives and any kind of knife, really. All right, I think I got it. I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to go on and sharpen this side. Pete, I'm not sure what you're asking. Vinny, you're going to have to change the name of your company if you start doing hair shears, because you could be more than the knife guy. All right, I need to reposition the abrasive here. These discs are the leftovers of this. These are supposed to be CBN. No, I mean this is a totally different. There's a totally different machine for clippers also. You can check out my channel. I've got all kinds of videos on sharpening clipper blades to see how it's done. Thanks, Pete. Clipper blades are an art all by itself. And you got to have the right machine, because clipper blades are what's called hollow ground, meaning they're not flat. There's a slight hollow in clipper blades, and you have to have a special plate to grind clipper blades so that they have that hollow. See, I would think a sharpening business would be a great side gig for firemen. When y'all have days off, you guys can work it. That's pretty cool. I know when I was working for the credit union, I used to talk to all the League City Police Department guys. They all had side gigs doing different things. Well, a machine to sharpen those clipper blades like that is about $3,500. So you're better off sending them to somebody like me who charges $8 to sharpen those type of blades. Well, you guys usually have good pensions, don't you? Have a good pension in the fire department you're at? I assume it's a municipality 457 plan, maybe, or pension plan. I know it depends on the municipality you work for whether it's a good pension or not. Yeah, I know the guys that, like the City of Houston Fire Department, they make pretty good money compared to League City's got a volunteer fire department. So the little town, the town that I live in is 110,000 people, and they don't have a full-time. I don't think they have a full-time fire department. I think it's a volunteer. Yeah, it's not a bad deal, Donald. Of course, that's not with a clamp. You'd have to freehand. The clamp, if you wanted the clamp, that's another $500, I think, is what Ray Pope charges. All right, we're good. So we're going to go to the 6,000 stone now. Somebody's barbecuing. I smell barbecue. It's 10 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. I gotta find out who's barbecuing. All right, there's something on my stone. Felt something gritty. What's going on here? All right, feels good, smooth. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It does help our little business out. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, folks. All right, I'd like to use these end wraps. I got them wet. Let's see if it cuts. It's still not cutting that great. Let's see how it does hair. It was pulling at the tip. Not pulling anymore. It was catching right at the tip and is not catching now. All right, so we got those sharpened. This is a pair that I did not sharpen, and I kind of felt like they were cutting really good, so I hate to sharpen them if they're cutting good. So I'm going to text her and say, what was the deal with, because this thing is just cutting wonderful. I mean, the tips are cutting good, it's cutting in the mid area. Have a good one, Vinny. Go put out those fires. So I'm going to leave these. I'm not going to touch them. I'm just going to oil them a little bit, and I'm going to tell her there's nothing wrong with these shears, that I would not sharpen them. They might just need to be adjusted a little bit. Anyway, well, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to sharpen for now. I don't have anything in the shop pending. I'm caught up, which is not good. Tomorrow I've got to go to a sewing shop and spend the morning there. This is my daughter's, believe it or not. It was really long. But I also ask all of the girls in the salons, get them, if you've got several hairstylists that you have a good relationship, ask them to save you a ponytail. And so I've been asking, because the last ponytail that I had, I don't know what happened to it. It was around here somewhere. I'm missing it. I think it's in my box. But yeah, I asked the girls for to save me a ponytail. Jeff, you need that real hair. You really do. I mean, obviously on a dog, for the dog shears, and see, I keep my little bit of hair in there, because if I leave this out on the bench, my dog will come up there and grab that hair and tear it up. They like human hair for whatever reason. But on the dog grooming shears, this is kind of short, but I buy this from Hobby Lobby. If you have a Hobby Lobby up near you, I don't know if they're nationwide or not. But I buy big sheets of this. I'll show you what it looks like. So here's the big sheets of this fur that I use to test the dog grooming shears and clipper blades. And so I buy big pieces of it, and you can see from this to this is the same material from the same thing. And so I use this to test not only the shears, the dog grooming shears, but also the clipper blades. And so that's why this is so short, because the clipper blades. And then I also buy the rabbit pelts. I've been buying them from Amazon. Amazon is as cheap as anybody else, and I think you can get 5 of these rabbit pelts for 20 bucks, and they last a long time. And the rabbit pelts are really good. Rabbit pelts are really good to test the salon shears, because you want it to cut that really fine hair really crisp. So this is the pair that I didn't sharpen. I don't think there's any reason to sharpen these. This is just so good. If you can see, it's hard to see on the camera, but it is cutting just super clean on that really fine fur. Yeah, get the rabbit pelts. And then the rabbit pelts are really good for the human hair too, so I always keep that fairly close. And I have a little piece of that in my travel container. All right, guys, well, that's been about an hour. We didn't get as many people watching as I was hoping today. I appreciate everybody that did watch. I appreciate y'all hitting that thumbs up. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Jim, Jeff, Vinny's gone. Appreciate you guys very much. Hope y'all have a great day. Stay cool wherever you're at. Cheers. Take care, folks.